The Rotz Report, wrestling pedigree.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Rotz Report. I'm your co-host, Matty, and we have a very special episode and a full show, really, I guess. Alongside me is also my co-host, the Ohio showstopper, Christopher Ross. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. And right now it's 7 o'clock in the United States, and that means it's 12 midnight in the UK. So I want to wish Maddie a happy birthday. You got many more birthdays to come. Enjoy with your family and your friends. And always say yeah to NoDQ.com and follow Wrestling Pedigree on all social media platforms. And I'm ready to dive on in to talk to you guys about wrestling and give our Elimination Chamber predictions for this Saturday.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ross. Yeah, we got a lot to cover. Along with us is, well, there's a Scorpion King, so I guess this is the Scorpion Prince, the Welsh Prince. Welcome, Lewis Joshua, again. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, boys. I cannot wait to get into this tonight, especially when we go through our favorite Bret Hart moments, my favorite wrestler of all time. And I just want to give a quick shout out to you, Matty, for again doing this for us tonight. And I wish you a massive happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you so much, and happy birthday to you for Sunday. There's so many words I could call this next guest, and I have on Wrestling Roundtable. Please welcome our special guest all the way from Boston, the Boston Celtic lover, the New England Patriots lover, Justin. I'm not going to mention your last name because I will butcher it. How are you, sir?
AKA the Boston Prick. If you guys seen the new intro for the Wrestling Roundtable, that's what it's in.
Yes, he saw the Easter egg. If people hadn't noticed, I created the Wrestling Roundtable's new entrance video. And in there is a thing where I needed to do it. It says from me on Facebook, Boston Prick. So
but I'm doing good, even though it's not your birthday on the East Coast yet, Maddie. Happy early birthday from the United States.
Thank you so much, brother. So much good to get through. We have a big show, and we're live on Facebook. Sorry, I just noticed something which a good friend Gary Joe just put. Matty, go to bed, sir. It's past your bedtime. It actually is past my bedtime. Thank you, Gar. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. After this show, there will be Bases Loaded, which is on Forever Boston Sports, the show on our webpage, on our Facebook page, sorry. So with that, let's get into it. Monday Night Raw was very, very emotional and chaotic. I'm not going to talk about AJ because that'll be later on. But one thing I took upon Monday Night Raw was how cursed is division. Because another injury happened. Bronson Reed is out. Ross, what's your take on Bronson Reed's injury?
When I saw that happen, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I hate to see when people get injured. It just breaks my heart. And Bronson Reed, he was originally scheduled to win the Elimination Chamber qualifying match on Monday, but they had a pivot towards Jey Uso, and Jey Uso was happy that he got the win, but I think he knew deep down he was upset about the finish because it was going to be Bronson Reed going to the Elimination Chamber, and now he's out. It's expected that he's going to possibly be out for 4 to 6 months. And here on Wrestling Pedigree, we are going to wish Bronson Reed a speedy recovery. And when he gets back into WWE again, he's going to be on a tear, and he's going to be on a mission to destroy people and put them in a tsunami.
Oh, yes. And it's kind of crazy that this is his second WrestleMania in a row he's missed because of injury. It's unbelievable. Lewis, your take on Bronson Reed injury?
Yeah, I 210% agree with the term cursed. It's just it's just like I just can't get my head around it, man. First off, Bron Breakker, and now all of a sudden, big Bronson Reed, and I'm like, what? Because I was sat here watching it, and I thought to myself, I was like, nah, I must have been seeing stuff the other night. So I went back and watched the highlights, and even my partner, she looked at me and she said to me, she went, babe, look at the way he's moving. I went, what do you mean? And she went, look how gingerly he's like hobbling, and he can't hardly move. And I was like, oh shoot. But yeah, I do feel for the guy, because I actually think he deserves to be at a WrestleMania match. Like he's got everything. He's got the talent, he's got the charisma, and like Rotzy just said, on behalf of all of us and all around the wrestling world, speedy recovery to him, and I think he'll come back even stronger. I really, really do.
Oh, I hope so too. Justin, Seth Rollins, the Brons, do you think they're cursed?
Yeah, I think Seth Rollins cursed them. I really do.
Oh dear.
Because as soon as he won the Money in the Bank, he faked an injury, and now all of a sudden he's injured for real. Bron Breakker injured himself after the Royal Rumble. Now Bronson Reed injured himself on Monday Night Raw in Atlanta of all places. Yep, they're cursed. And I can already tell that the next person to be injured from that team is going to be Logan Paul, so he can go on his YouTube page and be like, "Yep, the Vision is cursed."
Is it bad? I'm hoping that happens.
Hey, I'm not gonna be like Drew McIntyre, being like, "I pray for this to happen."
By the way, I'm waiting for Rotz to notice your headline, Justin.
I just noticed it.
Hey, we're going for it. We're going for a West Coast sweep tonight against the Denver Nuggets at 10 p.m. It's gonna be tough though.
Terrible. Just quickly staying on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan has finally decided that she's going to face Stephanie Valkyrie. I'll stay with you, Justin. Are you happy with this matchup? I know you ain't got Watch Mania, but are you happy with this matchup?
There are some parts of WrestleMania and some parts of Elimination Chamber that I'll watch. This is actually one of them, because this is the match I've always wanted to see between Liv and Stephanie Valkyrie. Because let's be completely honest, there was no way in hell she was picking Jade Cargill. No way. After what Stephanie did to her last week, there was no way she was picking Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill just came down there for the cardio. Yep. Cool. Bye. And then all of a sudden, Jade Cargill shows up at a Chicago Bulls game and be like, "Yep, this is how you win a championship."
Yeah, and she get paid for it. Lewis, your take on Liv versus Stephanie at Mania?
It was written in the stars. It literally was, because ever since Liv Morgan won the Women's Royal Rumble, I just had a gut feeling. I think she knew as soon as she won the Rumble who she wanted at WrestleMania. That's why I say I think, in my opinion, it was written in the stars. And I think this has the almost certainty to be a hell of a banger of a match between these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I can't predict who's going to win because both are phenomenal athletes. And do you know what I mean? Just like best of luck to the both of them, really.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Rotz, you got Stephanie versus Liv, but will Liv be on her own? And do we see the Judgment Day splitting by that time WrestleMania comes around?
I have a gut feeling we're going to be heading towards a split with the Judgment Day. I do see Liv sticking with Dominic for the time being. And I'm going to say this, Liv and Dom, they are going to be better off as heels instead of being a baby face as of now. I'm happy Liv picked Stephanie for WrestleMania because it was written in the stars, and they teased it when Liv Morgan came back on the Raw after Survivor Series War Games, and she stared down Stephanie Valkyr. I knew since November Liv Morgan was going to win the Royal Rumble, and to pick Stephanie Valkyr at WrestleMania, those two are going to put on a fabulous match at Mania. Just keep an eye out on Dominic, because is Dom going to go with Liv, or is Dom going to go with Stephanie Valkyr? There's a lot of possibilities, but ultimately Dom is going to stick by his girl Liv, and it's going to be a fantastic match at WrestleMania.
Oh, it will be. After, like I said, we're going to do AJ later on, but let's dive into NXT. Has a lot of shit happened last night. Ross, I want to stay with you for this. So Ruka was supposed to face JC Jane, but she did anyway. But Zarya turned her back on her friend, and Saruka has lost their chance at the NXT Women's title. They're finally in it. Finally, they pulled the trigger, Ross.
Yes, they finally pulled that trigger on the Zarya heel turn, and I kind of knew it was about ready to happen. And when I saw everything, I was like, oh my gosh, they finally pulled the trigger on it. It was the right call to do it before the match. And then JC Jane defeated Soruka in under maybe 5 or 6 seconds. That was impressive. JC Jane got the win. She retained the NXT Women's Championship. And now next week, we're going to get JC Jane and Zarya. I think Soruka is going to come out to cost Zarya the match. And maybe they could set up maybe at NXT Vengeance Day, or they might want to hold this off until Stand and Deliver on Saturday, April 4th. And it won't be on WrestleMania Saturday this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Zarya and Soruka Stand and Deliver, and you lock these two up in the first ever NXT Hell in a Cell match.
Wow, that is a massive prediction. Massive prediction. Hopefully, I hope that comes true. Wow, that'd be phenomenal.
If that comes true, just give Rotz the keys to booking these shows, will you?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, they need someone from fucking Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Justin.
Yeah, like Rod said, Stand Deliver is not on WrestleMania weekend anymore because it was announced today that it's on April 4th, which I think is good because I don't think they can get a venue for Vegas in there. But hey, Zarya,
I knew he was going to
it
do that.
it's about time. Oh, and the fact that she said, "Snatch that, so you bitch."
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Now, of course, I didn't see this, but I've been seeing it all over Instagram. I was like, damn, the one time I don't watch NXT. As far as the JC Jane and Zarya goes, yeah, so Ruka's gonna cost her too. And then I like Rod said, I don't look, Vengeance Day is a couple weeks away. I don't see that happening this soon. I think it's gonna happen April 4th in St. Louis at Stand Deliver.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. Thank you, Beth, so much for the birthday wishes. You can see Beth and myself when we will interview local indie British wrestlers on the wrestling pedigree in the near future. Lewis, what do you think of Sarah's about time turn on Saruka?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it, but from going on hearsay from what you guys are saying, I actually think that they will determine like a number one contenders match somewhere down the line. To who's the champion again? JC Jane.
JC Jane, yeah.
Yeah, I think that they will determine a number one contenders match, whether that'll be like I don't know, say like a submission match or anything down that line between Sol Ruka and whatever Zara. That's the one.
I
Yeah,
agree
so
with you. I agree with you on that thing when you said about like a special match.
Yeah,
I think it could be a last woman standing. I think you nailed it on there, Lewis. Obviously, Lewis, you need to watch this main event because it's unfreaking believable. But we have a new North American men's champion. Miles Bourne, by God, has done it by hook and crook. Ross, what's your take on Miles Bourne winning and ending? Even Page was close when he was close to beat the record.
Yeah, he was definitely close on being the record. And I'm going to tell you, Ethan Page, he did a great job on holding the NXT North American champion. He did a fantastic job. He had a nice, good run with the championship. And I just feel that was his last championship that he will ever achieve in NXT because I think it's time that Ethan Page is going to get called up to the main roster. He's going to be going possibly on Friday Night SmackDown to be with Chelsea Green, Alba Fire, with the Secret Harvest stuff. That's where that direction is going to go with Ethan Page. He did a great job as NXT North American champion. Now it's time that Miles Bourne takes over as champion, and I'm wishing him the best of luck on holding the NXT North American champion. He absolutely deserves it.
I agree. I absolutely agree. However, there's been rumors that there might be Ethan Page go to the Vision. So expect him to be on the injury list in the next 2 to 3 months. Justin, what's your take on Miles Bourne winning?
First of all, congratulations to the happy couple, Stephanie Valkyrie and Miles Bourne.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit, he says.
Bullshit. If you're not listening to Wrestling Roundtable on Sunday, me and Joe Vaughn were not happy with Miles Borden. The guys got too lucky.
I know. Trust me, I was rooting for Ethan Page as well, but hey, Miles Borden did deserve this, I guess. I don't know. As far as congratulations to Miles Borden. As far as where Ethan Page goes, yeah, he's the new member of the division. He's gonna get injured in months.
That is the rumor. That is the rumor.
And I can already tell who's gonna injure him. Oba flipping Femi on Monday Night Raw.
Oh no. Oh please no. Lewis, your quick word on Miles Borden winning the North American Championship.
Yeah, I've just popped up the highlights of NXT on YouTube, so I'll be watching it after this, and I'll make sure I post in one of the group chats what my thoughts are and stuff.
No worries. We'll do a recap next week anyway, mate. So no worries. Right.
I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a spear though from what's her name.
Sorry, yeah. Right next to the ref.
Right in front of the referee's eyes as well. Boom! And have some of that, bitch.
God. Let's get on to it. On Monday Night Raw, end the Monday Night Raw, they did their tribute to AJ Styles, and lo and behold, there were surprises. Kazarian, Abyss, the Good Brothers, Mitch Kin, Finn Balor, Shinsuke, Bobby Roode, everyone. Justin, let's go stick with you. What was your take on AJ's tribute?
I enjoyed it. I do think that they could have done a lot better. I do think that they did this a lot better than what they did with John Cena in December.
Do you think they learned from their mistakes?
Yeah. Oh, 100% yes. And then and you know what? I kind of knew that he was gonna wait until he got home to Atlanta to lay his gloves in the ring, because if anybody remembers, when he retired at Royal Rumble, he took his gloves with him. So then we got people saying like, see, told you, AJ Styles is not done with wrestling. AJ Styles is gonna have one more match and he's gonna be in TNA. You obviously didn't watch Monday Night Raw Monday night, to people who said that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people saying that.
Oh, and by the way, I just before Lewis and Rod says this, congratulations to AJ Styles on being the newest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. This is the right choice, because I do believe John Cena will go in the next 2 years.
Oh, I think next year, dude. I think next year. Lewis, your take on AJ's tribute show?
What more can I say than thank you, AJ Styles? This guy, over the years, he's had it's in his name. He's had a phenomenal career. He really, really has. I love this dude, and it was awesome to see the American Badass come back down on that beautiful steel pony he always rides. That was unreal. And when Undertaker was talking to him for a second, I was like, hold on a minute. Hold on. You and I have unfinished business. What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, Undertaker just taps him on the shoulder and he says, it is my esteemed pleasure to induct you into the Hall of Fame. And I was like, wow. And literally, mate, and it was stupid o'clock at night, and I jumped up out of my chair and I was clapping as loud as I could, and I was like, yeah! thoroughly deserved. For the plain and simple reason, he's a good bloke, a wonderful family man, and a phenomenal athlete and an all-round good person. Congratulations, AJ Styles. Well deserved.
Absolutely.
I will say this, however. Undertaker has inducted 2 people into the Hall of Fame. Keep it going. Give Undertaker the key to be like, okay, Triple H, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna induct every single bitch into the Hall of Fame that I had plans with.
I think it's such a great move for them to do that with Taker. It's such a great move. Rotz, what was your take on a emotional tribute show?
I'm going to tell you, the AJ Styles tribute show, it was great. And yeah, he laid down his jacket, he laid down his gloves. And I'm going to say this, I think he is actually done wrestling. He's going to be a full-time father. He's going to spend more time with his family, spend more time with his friends. But ultimately, he's going to be back in WWE, maybe just hanging out with people and just enjoying professional wrestling. Yeah, I would love to see him go to TNA to do maybe a couple matches. I would have loved him to go to AEW to have that dream matches with Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. But I just feel all of that is possibly not in his repertoire right now. And when I saw Undertaker show up, I said, oh my gosh. And when I heard Undertaker says, we have unfinished business, I about says, wait a minute. Are we going to is this going to be a way of saving WrestleMania 42 to have people buy tickets to get one final match with Undertaker versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania? And I thought to myself, this could work, but when he says, when you see me, you're going, I knew it was going to be a Hall of Fame induction into the Hall of Fame during WrestleMania weekend. And I do believe John Cena will be inducting AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame during WrestleMania weekend.
I'm going to debunk what you said about AEW for AJ Styles because he came out, he did come out and say like he had no interest of going to AEW even before the Hall of Fame induction. So I don't know. I would have, and I agree. I would have loved to have AJ Styles finish off in TNA, but he's missed so many things with his family, which I'm kind of glad that he's like, nope, done, bye.
I agree. I absolutely agree. It's been a phenomenal career, no pun intended. It was very much a Ric Flair send-off, which Styles had. He does 100% deserves to go in the Hall of Fame, similar to Dynamite Kid. But I was, you know what? I was crying. I was crying. It wasn't just because everybody was clapping. It's because they fucking put Creed on.
I was gonna say Maddie's a sucker for Creed.
I am a sucker for Creed. Honest to God, whether it's My Sacrifice, fucking One Last Breath, I'm a fucking mark for Creed. When they put Higher, oh my God, I was gone. And people been showing this on fucking Instagram, Mr. Teshki and everybody else. I'm literally crying every time it's on. I'm like, fuck's sake, I'm in work. Such a great tribute video, such a great tribute. They definitely learned their lesson from John Cena. Sir Lewis and then Rose. Lewis.
Can I just say as well, I was watching some of the backstage moments where all of the superstars were coming together and like giving him a hug and wishing him all the best and stuff. He comes across right to the Undertaker. And he looks at the Undertaker, right? And he goes, don't you ever scare me like that again. I thought you were being serious about me and you going toe to toe, right? And Undertaker looked at him, right? And he gave him a hug and he went, hey, gotcha.
That was good. That was good. That was good. I love
Brilliant.
that. Ross.
Well, I forgot to mention this, and we're still on the topic of Monday Night Raw. I want everybody to go around the horn and pick one superstar who you guys could see Brock Lesnar facing at WrestleMania 42 with his open challenge that's going to be happening at WrestleMania.
Justin.
Oh, I think it's Obafemi.
I agree. I think it's Obafemi. Lewis.
There's a lot of rumors circulating around now saying that they reckon Brock Lesnar is going to issue a challenge to LA Knight. I do not believe that for 1 second.
I hope not.
I actually think it's going to be a beast versus beast, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. It's going to be the ruler. It's definitely going to be the ruler.
Well, my pick, I'm going to say with the LA Knight thing, I think LA Knight is going to be in a tag team match at WrestleMania against the Vision, possibly Austin Theory and Logan Paul versus LA Knight. And I do feel if he's ready, I think we're going to get LA Knight and Seth Rollins teaming up at WrestleMania to take on the Vision. Who I feel is going to take on Brock Lesnar is going to be Obafemi.
That'd be a weird tag team. I like the concept, Ross. That's some. Ooh. See, this is why Ross needs to go on fucking WWE fucking storylines. By God.
Hey, you want LA Knight to team with Seth Rollins, or do you want LA Knight to team with Bad Bunny?
Oh, Bad Bunny. You get more fun with Bad Bunny. Because we know what Seth's like, but I love Bad Bunny. I want Bad Bunny just to face Logan Paul. I think that match could actually be a showstopper. It'll be the greatest celebrity match ever. Let's get into it. I know Sir Lewis is dying for this. Let's go around the horn. We'll start with Lewis. Favorite Bret Hart moment or match?
I've got 3 favorite matches of all time for Bret the Hitman Hart. I know he lost 1 or 2 of them, but these are my favorite matches of all time. Okay, so my first, well, in no particular order, number 3, Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog at SummerSlam in 1992.
Yeah.
At number 2, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania Iron Man match.
Banger.
And my favorite ever match Bret Hart took part in was WrestleMania 13 against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that's for me one of my favorite matches of his. 3 great matches. I love that. Rotz, your favorite Bret Hart moment / match?
Well, I didn't grow up with Bret Hart because I watched WWE. My first time watching WWE was 2005. I'm going to say my favorite Bret Hart match was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's. I mean, to go a whole hour without pinfall and then go sudden death for an Iron Man match, absolutely. Boston Prick, what's yours? Keep you on your toes.
I think the only Bret Hart match that I've ever seen was Team WWE versus Team Nexus at SummerSlam.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew. And John Cena refused to fucking put them over. I remember that. And it was a good match for Daniel Bryan, though. Lewis.
And my favorite Bret Hart moment was when Vince McMahon thought he had the upper hand to have a match with him at WrestleMania. And there was Bret Hart saying, I can't fight you at WrestleMania. I got a broken friggin' leg. And then the next thing, like a week or two later, on Monday Night Raw with the contract signing, Vince McMahon signs his contract. Then Bret signs his. And then as Vince McMahon's turned his back and he's looking at the crowd and he's doing all this, Bret Hart's got his leg on the table like that. And he's like, guess what? I don't need that leg brace. And he fucking hits him with it.
I remember that. That was for WrestleMania 26. That was a crazy match. That was. That was a good moment in all, Lewis, man. I forgot about that. I'm dying for this now because Justin, is the deadline done for MWL?
For the chamber or
Yeah.
the chamber form is coming out tomorrow and it will be due Saturday.
Okay, so anyone part of MWL that is not facing Rotz or Lewis or Justin, don't listen. Right. All right, let's get into this. First match. There's 4 matches scheduled. Let's get into the first one, the women's Elimination Chamber match. And by God, anyone noticed that apart from Tiffany, they're all from tag team? Like Rio, Bliss and Flair, the Kabuki Warriors, James and Julia, and Judgment Day. So it's interesting lineups here. I think the tag teams might interfere. Ross, your pick for this match?
Well, put the graphic back up, please.
No.
Okay. Kiana James, she's a sleeper, so I don't think it's her time yet. Asuka, she's going to be having a fallout with Kairi Sane that's going to maybe lead into a breakup in the Kabuki Warriors. Raquel, she's a dark horse to win this thing. And then we got the 3 on the bottom. Alexa Bliss, I feel if Alexa Bliss does win, then they are ultimately going to add Charlotte Flair to the women's championship match at WrestleMania and making a triple threat. Now we got Rhea and Tiffany. I've seen Jade and Tiffany before, and I don't think Jade and Tiffany would sell tickets to WrestleMania. I feel there is a different avenue they could take for Tiffany if she wants to get her rematch for the women's championship. But the person that is going to sell the tickets for WrestleMania is going to give Jade the best match of her entire career, and it will be Jade Cargill's first women's championship title defense at WrestleMania is going to be Rhea Ripley. So I feel the women's Elimination Chamber winner is going to be Rhea Ripley. We're going to get Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and I wouldn't be surprised if they also add Tiffany Stratton to make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Wow, that's some predictions, and hopefully there've been some good storylines there. Lewis, what's your pick for the women's Elimination Chamber?
My pick for the women's Elimination Chamber. I've got to go with my adopted mammy. I have to. I've got to go with Rhea because I could just picture it happening. Rhea and Jay Cargill at WrestleMania. That is gonna be some match. And I think that Rhea against Jade at WrestleMania could really sell a lot of tickets. Because these two will literally go to town on each other. I reckon it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Great pick. I'm Rhea Ripley also. Justin.
Short and sweet. I'm just gonna go Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, what a pick! That means Judgment Day taking over the titles. Let's get on to the men's. Jey Uso, Javon Owens, Tricky Willie, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight. Yeah. Lewis, your pick for this one.
Oh, this is a tricky.
Just to let you know we are live.
Right.
Just silence on the podcast.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my favourite to win the men's Elimination Chamber, I'm going to go with Randy Orton.
Oh, what a pick. That's a great pick. Rotz.
Well, Jey Uso, he's not going to win it because the Usos are going to be defending the War Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. Javon, he's going to have an insane Elimination Chamber spots, and he's going to be bouncy all throughout the Elimination Chamber, so he's going to do a great job. Also, Trick Williams, he's going to have a good showing in the Elimination Chamber. So Javon and Trick, it's still early for them. I do think Trick is going to be a big-time star in WWE. What I said about LA Knight, he's possibly going to have a tag team match against The Vision. That leaves Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I did watch something on ESPN, and they asked Cody, and Cody Rhodes says he has not pointed to the WrestleMania signed. So I think that's going to be a little hint for Saturday. Randy Orton, it could be a shocker as he is trying to go for his 15th World Championship. I know we're getting the reports of a multi-man match at WrestleMania featuring Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton. They might be doing a Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Championship. Are they going to maybe add Sami Zayn to this? I don't think. I think we might be getting Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams at WrestleMania. So with that being said, I think this is his last opportunity to win the Elimination Chamber, and I think he's going to point to the WrestleMania sign this Saturday. I got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, winning the Elimination Chamber.
I've got Cody. I think Cody will do it. Justin.
Again, another short and sweet because I don't want to go on like 5 minutes like Rotz does.
Oh,
kidding. Don't kill me.
Kill him, Rotz, kill him.
I would never.
Short and sweet. Unfortunately, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. That's why I'm not going to watch Mania. So there we go. Continue.
He's got to watch Mania, but he ain't going to watch that match. All right. So Cody, Randy Orton. All right, let's get into this first. The women's Intercontinental title match: Becky Lynch, the man, or as I call her, Mrs. Trump, versus AJ freaking Lee. Rotz, who have you got for this one?
Who I got for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, I'm going with AJ Lee. And the reason that I'm going with AJ Lee is because this is her first singles match in over a decade, and she's fighting for a championship. This is going to be in Chicago, and history is going to repeat itself. And with AJ Lee winning, she's going to have a nice short title reign. And I do ultimately feel that this is going to all culminate at WrestleMania in a rematch. They might be having a stipulation for WrestleMania for Becky and AJ. And I do think AJ Lee is going to drop the Intercontinental Championship right back to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. So AJ Lee wins here. She's going to have a nice short title reign, and then she's going to immediately drop it right back to Becky at WrestleMania.
God, I hope not. I hope AJ wins, but I hope she doesn't drop it back. Justin.
Becky Lynch is gonna win, and AJ Lee is gonna stay away from Becky Lynch. I'm getting sick and tired of this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not heard his rants, they are available in archives on wherever your podcast you listen to. Wrestling Roundtable on the Wrestling Pedigree. You will hear Justin tell how much he fucking hates this storyline on the Wrestling Pedigree with the Wrestling Roundtable, which is is actually live right now. Lewis.
My winner for the Women's Intercontinental title at the Elimination Chamber. She hasn't had a one-on-one singles match in a very long time. Chicago's her hometown. I'm going with AJ Lee.
Great pick.
Technically, it's not. It's New Jersey.
Yeah, but technically, she's married to a second city saint. So
yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. She's still New Jersey.
God, you just want to get technical. Ain't that far away, is it? New Jersey to Boston. Exactly. That's why Boston has massive two shits. All right. I think it'll be AJ Lee, but I think it'll be a small finish. I think it'll be a DQ, and then it'll be a fatal four-way at WrestleMania with Maxine and Natty facing off. And you can shake your head all you want, Boston. And by God, if you want to see the whole of Justin, it will be available on Bases Loaded in about 12 minutes. All right, last match, main event for me is the main event. Royal Heavyweight title match, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I have Punk, but it's rumored that Finn Balor will win. And then Punk will chase the title and win it before WrestleMania. But I got Punk. Justin.
I so want Finn Balor to win this match because I don't want CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I don't. But unfortunately, it's Chicago. It's Punk's hometown. It's gonna be Punk.
Kind of like
in this WrestleMania main event. To anyone that doesn't support the OTC is gonna suck.
What's wrong with OTC?
Let's see. He's a part-timer. He leaves the WWE for 3 months. He comes back, gets a pop, gets into the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, gets a championship match. He's automatically going to win, and he's going to leave. There's my problem.
Right, before we're going to end this with Ross. So, Lewis.
Justin, I'm going to buy you a blonde wig and start calling you Gordon Ramsay from America from now on. But anyways, my pick for the world title at the Elimination Chamber is going to be CM Punk.
Great choice. Great choice. Ross, you have your chance to respond.
Well, Justin, your voice sounded like Mike Stanowski from Monsters Inc. So you did a good impression of him. My prediction for the world title match is obvious. There's billboards in Las Vegas. There's posters on them promoting CM Punk Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So they're not going to change it whatsoever. I got CM Punk winning on Saturday. I do see there's going to be a dissension within the Judgment Day. I think Dominic is going to accidentally cost Finn Balor the World Championship on Saturday. And then does that mean they might be kicking Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day? I think they will be doing that in the next couple of weeks on the road to WrestleMania. And then we're going to get Dominic and Finn Balor at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if Finn Balor brings out the Demon for WrestleMania.
Wow, that would be amazing. I would love to see that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great time to leave it and love it. So much going on. You have AEW in 9 minutes. We have TNA tomorrow. We have SmackDown on Friday, and then by God, we have Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Justin, where can people find you in about 9 minutes?
In about 9 minutes, because Jeff did send out the link, you can find me and Maddie.
Jeff can wait.
Yeah, in about 8 minutes, actually, you can find us on Bases Loaded on the Forever Boston Sports page, which, by the way, Maddie did such a great job with the new logo for the Forever Boston Sports page. So if anybody's in my Forever Boston Sports group that hasn't seen it, it's the cover photo. It's right there. You can also find me on Wrestling Roundtable, which is on the Wrestling Pedigree channel every Sunday. Next Sunday, we are going to be doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern, because next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern is the Forever Boston Sports 8-year anniversary show a day early. Because, guys, the group turns 8 years old on Monday, March 9th. But since everyone's going to be watching Monday Night Raw, we decided to do it on a Sunday. So, yeah. Oh, and you can also find me being somebody's punching bag every single day, Lewis. No, I'm kidding. But mainly Maddie, mainly Sean, and I'm just happy that I'm just gonna say this one last time. I'm just so happy that we swept the Los Angeles Pissers.
Oh, well, thank you, Justin, for your first appearance on the Rotz Report, and probably your last. Good. Thank you once again. Now the Welsh Scorpion Prince, Lewis. Where can people find you?
You can find me mostly on Forever Boston Sports and around here. Like obviously talking about what we love, boys, which is our wrestling. And just on a quick note, Justin, you're lucky, mate, that me and you are not in WWE, because I would be absolutely destroying you in a 3 stages of hell match right now.
Jeff, I know I'm your punching bag. I will see you in about a minute or so. We are just wrapping up here.
But yeah, anyways, boys, I appreciate you guys having me on as always. Thank you very much for letting us talk about our favorite Bret the Hitman Hart moments. And also a massive shout out, happy birthday to Matty Hawkins. Hope you have a good day, mate. And as always, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick with professional wrestling. Love it and appreciate it, because these athletes, they go out there and they give everything to please their fans night in, night out. Let's all be positive and let's all enjoy professional wrestling. And thank you, AJ Styles.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Lewis, for joining us, and happy birthday for Sunday. Ohio Showstopper, Christopher Ross, where can people find you, sir?
Where can people find me at is on my Facebook, Christopher Rotz, my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. The 1316 is for the greatest world champion in the modern era. That is for Roman Reigns. Hopefully he beats CM Punk at WrestleMania. On my X account is CRotz24. I had a blast here on Rotz Report. Justin, you are more than welcome to come on Rotz Report, whatever you like. You are now a part of the Rotz Report family.
Yeah, no thanks.
I knew he was going to say that, Ross.
I had a blast here tonight. Just enjoy professional wrestling. I'm going to be enjoying AEW soon, as we are going to be on the road to AEW Revolution. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your evening, and always say yeah to NoDQ.com and follow Wrestling Pedigree on all social media platforms.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ross. You can find Wrestling Pedigree on what we are live on now, which is Facebook. You can find us on Wrestling Pedigree on TikTok. You can find Wrestling Pedigree merch on our Shopify website, which is in our profile link. We're just everywhere, and such good shit merchandise, including Boston Sucks, hats. You got Rotz Report t-shirts and jumpers. You have Don't Be a Dick, Enjoy Professional Wrestling t-shirts. And we have Forever Boston Sports t-shirts, because I put the Boston Sucks fucking on there on the hat. So I had to balance it. But it's such good shit. So please head over there. We're live on YouTube on Wrestling Pedigree 92. We're on Wrestling Pedigree 92 on Instagram. And we'll be Sunday Wrestling Roundtable on the Wrestling Pedigree. And we'll be here once again next week for Rotz Report episode 21 next week, as this is our 20th episode. So, yeah, from all of us, enjoy professional wrestling and don't be a dick.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
And don't be a Boston prick either. I